Alright, welcome back to another fantasy video. I'm gonna try and keep this one short because I'm already late with this upload, but hopefully someone gets some enjoyment out of it. Quickly looking at stage 2, well, Nikodas did not quite perform at the same level as he did in stage 1. However, I will say that they had some tough matchups. I mean, they should have beaten, I think it was Amadi or whoever it was, but they played Falcons in the O2 games, and that was kind of rough. But at the same time, I mean, who could have really predicted this? That Falcons don't make it through. So this has got me 3 points. Frozen, my only good player, still 6 points because I imagine everyone had like double Falcons or something, but it is what it is. Not much for me to play for anymore this season, but we're gonna try and have some fun nonetheless. Alright. Now, I'm not gonna start going through all the teams here. I'm gonna put out some interesting ones. Like I think VP, Pain, Furia, Phase, 3D Max all have a decent chance of going through here, like outside of the favorites. It's kind of difficult, really, to know what you want to pick here. I think that also makes it a lot more fun, and I think the pricing is actually pretty fair. Like, for once, the Navi players are not super overpriced, so you could have a bit of fun with that, but honestly, I don't see why you would believe in Navi right now, except that they've had a nice break, so maybe they come up with something. But I have a slight suspicion it's kind of a dead roster at the moment, but I guess we'll wait and see. Now, I did try and go against Vitality once this season, and it massively backfired. So even though I might not have the best chance of making it in the top 10 or pretty much no chance anymore, I'm still going to be picking double Vitality. I tried to make Rob's work, but it was super difficult. I think the only combinations that I would even think about here is Flames and Messi or Flames and Apex. You could go Apex and Messi, but Flames is currently the least picked Vitality player, so I'm hoping that gives me a slight edge if he does well, because honestly, like any of the Vitality players could pop off here, so it's a pure gamble. As I am expecting them to go 3-0, but who knows with this major. MongolZ, obviously a strong team. Jimmy has been below his level, I feel like, for quite some time now. So I think the player I would really look at here is Spinks. Now, I never loved drafting Brolin. And he also makes this draft really super difficult to make work. So if you want to go for like a mouse Vitality lineup, I think you kind of want to go for a Messi Apex pick to make that work. Spirit, not really interested because Shiva and Donk are so expensive. I'm never touching, or I'm not touching Chopper again this season. Watch me pick him in the playoffs anyway, but we'll find out. Now, I have a really good feeling about the Mongols here. I'm gonna say the same narrative that everyone else does, which is true, that they are group stage merchants along with Aurora. And I just really like the pricing of 910 here. I love the pricing of 910, and we all know Techno can pop off in these games. Sure, his rating has not been good the last 3 months, or maybe even longer, but I have seen it so many times that the winning team has Techno, the winning fantasy team. And also, I kind of have to pick him if I believe in the Mongols, because I have to get the money from somewhere. So, you know, there's that. Personally, I'm not going to touch Aurora. Toxic is okay, decently priced. I think Jada is decently priced. Major has just backfired on me a couple of times the last few events, so I'm not really keen on picking him. Alexia, then again, has been performing pretty decently. But at the same time, Navi have not been performing. So again, not going there. Snacks, you can forget about it. NAF has been horrendous. Honestly, I don't think Liquid make it through here unless they've done some insane improvements. before this, which could happen because like nerds and well, pretty much all the good players, aka nerds, who also has been performing pretty poorly, but twists and nerds and like the world is your oyster at this point. You could even go techno here for your fifth. I mean, you could get some solid fraggers here for this pricing. So I don't hate it, but personally I don't believe in liquid. Base I'm just not gonna touch. They don't look convincing. Sure, I understand people want to pick simple at this price, but I'm just not gonna go there. And now here we are. I've been considering or thinking about this a lot. And I was kind of thinking it would be fitting to end the season by getting my heart broken by VP one last time. Because they have screwed me over so many times this season. It's unbelievable in fantasy, I mean. But Fame at 186, I mean, Electronics had just had a like life event. So that's the one thing that worries me, is that can he really keep that up going into this stage? Maybe he can, but I would go for Fame here. And that's kind of what I've been thinking about. Then on Furia, Yakinda was playing super well. Probably the player I would pick here. The others, a bit too expensive here for 200k in my opinion, even though I think Furia have shown promise and they have a decent shot of going through. And I'm just going to show you what I'm going to go with here. So, as I said, I believe in the Mongols and I want knight 10 because I can't get Senzu. Or I could get Senzu, but I'll get to that in a minute. Now I'm left with 186 and my eyes are immediately drawn to Fame and Exercise. Both are very, well, VP are a very hit or miss team, first of all. But Fame is a very hit or miss player. VP obviously cruised through the last stage. And that gives me that false confidence to go with Fame. And I had Fame in my team for a long time before making this video. But honestly, it's just, I think the opening matchup for 3D Max is just so much nicer. And that there's a possibility, even though VP could upset Mouse, but there's a chance. Obviously, there's gonna be upsets probably more than this. So this is just, take this with a pinch of salt. But if this happens that VP play FaZe here and then FaZe wins this, and then it's just 0-2 for VP and they have to climb back up, I don't see them doing that. Meanwhile, if 3D Max managed to beat G2, which could or could not happen, but I think that's the best shot of a so-called upset. I wouldn't even really call it an upset, but based on the seeding it is. And I think I have to gamble on that idea. That I'm just going off of opening matchup. And I like 3D Max against G2 way more than Mouse against VB. So that's just my logic here. I could also, I don't know if you would consider this an upgrade, but I could go Messi and then believe in 3D Max yet again and go for Gravity. But I think I prefer just the Apex Exercise route because Exercise has the potential to pop off. He could go completely missing, but then he can pull off some bangers. Obviously, this is not the best example because he has like 1.01 rating. But, you know, sometimes he just pops off. I have seen it. I remember those moments. And that's why I'm going with this. Hope that 3D Max beat G2 and then can keep the momentum from the last stage going. Double Vitality, boring I know. Believe in the Mongols. Group stage merchants. That's the way to go. Exercise, it's like flip a coin, what's gonna happen? It's minus 30 or it's plus 30 or more. So we're gonna take that risk. And yeah, let's hope we have a nice stage 3 here. And let's see how it goes. Good luck with this one. And as usual, I will have the link to my team at the top of my description so you can see what I picked if I end up changing, but I really doubt I will. And yeah, see you in the playoffs.